What's up, guys? It's Keith at Vitality Sports Solutions. We've been getting a lot of questions about our training, so I just wanted to go a little bit more in-depth onto what we do. There's three areas that we focus on. The first is our general physical preparedness. So we run all of our clients through a functional movement screen. This identifies any mobility, stability, motor control, or asymmetries that need to be corrected before we get deeper into the program. So every client goes through that, which rolls right into the next part, which is our injury reduction / prevention work. That's all of our flexibility training, our soft tissue work, our dynamic warm-ups, our cool downs. And then the third part is the strength training. Most people come to us looking to add yards to their shots, and that's how we do it. We do it through our strength training program. So let's dive a little bit deeper into that. Let's go into our top 3 exercises to add yards to your shots. Let's go. Outside of having a sound, well-rounded training program that includes upper body, lower body, and core training, there's a few exercises that I think stand out above others that will help give you more power and allow you to hit the ball a little bit farther. The first exercise I want to go over is the kettlebell swing. It's a great lower body power exercise. It really teaches you how to use your hips and how to control them. So it allows you to learn how to harness the power as well as controlling it. Everybody knows if you have a fast car, you also have to have great brakes, and that's very important when it comes to golf. So let's get into the kettlebell swing. So starting with the kettlebell out in front of you, your feet are going to be just outside hip width. Your toes should be forward. I want you to hinge at the waist. So we're going to stick our butt back, try to keep our shins as vertical as possible, and maintain a nice neutral spine. From here, you're going to lay that kettlebell on its side, and as soon as I lift, the swing is going to start, and that's going to start my set of kettlebell swing. So I'm just going to lift, come through, drive my hips forward, stop when I reach hip extension. I don't want to lean back to get the kettlebell there. I want to drive with as much force as possible, stopping at hip extension. So the kettlebell should be around eye height, around where your eyes are, nose are, somewhere around there. My arms aren't lifting the kettlebell at all. All the power comes from my hips, and I just use my lats and my hips to stop that swinging motion and to repeat it back down. Great power exercise. If you're going heavy, doing sets of 3 to 5 reps early in the workout is great. If you're using it for conditioning, anywhere between sets of 10 and 20 if you want to get crazy. But that's the kettlebell swing. Give it a shot. The next exercise is the Pallof Press. It's a core anti-rotation exercise. Very easy to load, very easy to manipulate, to scale to make it a little bit harder or a little bit easier, depending on where each person is in their strength journey. When we think about that golf swing, right, there's obviously rotation, but the rotation happens at the hip, not at the lumbar spine. So we really want to work on being strong here and being able to resist that urge to rotate the spine. And that's exactly where the Pallof Press comes in. So when we're setting up, you're grabbing a cable stack. I like it to be a little bit lower than my chest because I'm going to bend my knees a little bit. So when I bend my knees, the cable should then be at chest height. So always start with it just a little bit lower. I'm going to grab it with the outside hand. Inside hand is going to come through to kind of block, set my feet, pull that cable set up to my chest. From here, I'm going to roll my shoulders back. Again, my knees are bent. Squeezing my butt to set my pelvic position. I'm going to get a nice big belly breath. So breathing in through my nose and filling up my stomach with air. I'm going to push out, hold for a count, and then come back in. That would be 1 rep. So again, exhale as the hands are coming back in. I generally will do sets of 10 to 15. Most of the time it's just 10. But if I'm using bands or other elements, it'll be sets of 15. Sometimes I'll do a hold for time, a little iso. So same setup. Shoulders back, squeeze your butt, breathe in, push it out, and hold it for a set period of time, usually around 30 seconds or so. Depends on the level of client that I'm training. But that's your Pallof Press. It's a great, great anti-rotation core exercise that'll help improve your swing and allow you to generate a little bit more force through your body and get some more yards onto those shots. And finally, we have the Trap Bar Deadlift. This is pretty much the best lift you're going to get as far as getting stronger in your lower body, your core, and your back, all kind of tied into one. The trap bar deadlift is a little bit safer than your standard barbell deadlift because you're literally standing in the bar, which allows you to have a little bit more of an upright torso while performing it versus a traditional deadlift where you're going to be bent at the waist a little bit more, which puts a little bit more pressure onto your low back. That's not to say that this doesn't put any pressure there. It definitely does. It works your grip, it works your lats, it works your legs, low back, and core. But again, I think it's just a little bit of a safer position. Now, I'm doing this empty with no plates on it, but as you progress throughout your fitness journey, obviously you would load this up. This is one of the big lifts, so you're probably not going to go over 5 reps on this. So anywhere between 1 and 5 reps when you're doing your trap bar deadlift. But basically you want your feet right under your hips. You want your toes to be straight forward, and you want to externally rotate at the hip. So your knees are going to be turned outward. They kind of track your pinky toes. Okay, we're going to push the hips back, keep it a neutral spine, very similar to our kettlebell swing. With plates on this, obviously it starts up a little bit higher, but for us right now with an empty bar, we'll just pretend. So we'll start right about here. Hands are going to be just under the knees, and all I'm going to do is drive my hips forward and come to a standing position. And then I'll just reverse that movement by pushing the hips back, coming all the way down to where the bumper plates will touch the floor, and then come right back up, right? The idea here is we're using our abs to maintain a neutral spine. We're using the muscles in our legs and our glutes to push the floor away and build good lower body strength and power. So that's your trap bar deadlift. I think it's probably the best lift you're going to do. It does take some skill, so give yourself time to work on it and master it. Don't expect to be the best deadlifter on day one, but give it time and you'll definitely see the benefits of this exercise on the course as well as in the locker room.